I hear the call of the stars.
G'day guys, Duckville here. Welcome to a replay from the Korean ladder. This particular Zerg you may know of. He's one of the players from the USA. It is Destiny. He's obviously one of the bigger names in the foreign community. He's played in a few tournaments. He's won some interesting things, but most of all he's known for his streaming and of course his YouTube, where he has some very funny little YouTube clips with his gameplay and that sort of thing, because mostly when he's streaming it actually goes straight to YouTube and there are just some really funny things that go on. But love him or hate him, he is a decent Zerg player, and here today he is playing on the Korean server against a Protoss that I am actually quite familiar with. I actually copied one of this guy's builds and I actually still go quite nicely with the build against Terrans. But anyway, I won't tell you what it is because then everyone will beat me. This is NSPBalloon, same team as some of the other NSP guys. He is obviously one of the more unknown Korean players to the foreign community, but he is quite a decent player. Now, we are here on Shakuris, and it looks as if Balloon's going to come down here, plant the pylon, and get started on that Forge Fast Expand. You do commonly see this, where most players generally actually wall off the whole thing there, putting down like the gateway, the Forge, and the Cyber, or in some sort of order like that, and just take that expansion quite quickly, which is of course quite beneficial to the Protoss economy. So we'll see what Destiny is up to over here. Of course, as a Zerg, you really want to fast expand as soon as you can, and it looks as if for the moment he's actually going to get the spawning pool down. No gas for the moment, so just keep in mind there are no there probably won't be any speedlings straight away for the time being. I'm not actually sure if Destiny does the Ice Fisher, or perhaps you want to call it the Spanishiwa build, very often, but it looks as if he could go for that kind of style right here today. But it looks as if he does want to get this expansion down. We'll see the probe come in from NSPBalloon, and he does get back inside just in time, plants the pylon down, and that will definitely delay that natural expansion from going up here from Destiny. So we'll see what the plan is from Destiny. I'm not really sure if he's going to stick with this expansion, or perhaps he might go for the third. We do see a lot of Zergs actually come up here and take this third before they actually get down and with some Zerglings to the natural and take that out, but we'll see if that is going to be the plan. There are 4 Lings on the way, and Nexus is already on the way from Balloon. He's got that coming through. Destiny will spot this, of course, with the Overlord just floating across now, checking out what's going on at the natural expansion. A cannon has been planted just to make sure the Balloon is quite protected against any early Ling pressure, and we'll see, there we go. So this is almost fully walled off. I don't believe anything can get through there. You don't quote me on that, but you can, of course, then put the Cybernetics core up there once it's done. So the pylon up here will go down. It looks as if the Zerglings have come up there and taken that out, and he has actually put the hatchery down straight away, which is quite interesting because he has actually taken the third base over here. Of course, this is sort of the second in a way, but Balloon has spotted that. The probe will be hiding up here in this main base here, probably looking perhaps to put some cannons down if he can. That will definitely deny this expansion for the time being, and Destiny being very careful there, running around the sides, bringing the Lings into this main expansion to make sure that he does pick off that one stray probe that's wandering around the map. And as we can see, he is going to take it out, but then still do a quick sweep of the base here just to make sure that there was nothing too dangerous put down there in case of attacks later on. But here comes the Cyber. He's got the Zealots being pumped out here. He's got a Chrono going on. That's quite interesting to see. Chrono coming out of the gateway so early, and we will get another Zealot here. Perhaps we have a couple more. He may want to assault this expansion as soon as he can. You cannot let the Zerg get away with having 3 bases this early in the game, because if they do, of course, as many Protoss and Zerg players will know, it's not a good situation to be in, because once they power away on those drones and get the economy going, you're in a world of pain. And as we can see here, Destiny now finally getting the gas here at the main expansion. He's not actually getting it at the natural or the third there yet, so he's not going to go too hard on the units just yet. Perhaps just going to switch into some roaches once he can actually discover exactly what Balloon is up to. And now that he's got this Overlord inside, look at the spotting this guy has done. He's actually spotted that the natural expansion is up, would have seen that the Forge was spinning away here as it does, with the +1 to weapons on the way, and also that there is still a little bit of Chrono left in here, so he certainly could power down some of the upgrades. But we do have a Zealot attack coming through the middle of the map here. The Zergling will spot that, gets picked off, but unfortunately it's not going to be able to do too much before the Zealots get get across, and now going to be targeting this expansion, perhaps wanting to go for some of these drones before they target the hatchery. But of course, the hatchery would be a very good scalp if they can get in there and take that out. One Zergling left over here. This guy's not going to have a good day if he tries to take on these 3 Zealots, but the Zealots now coming inside. The drones are going to have to run away, taking out one, not getting the second that was that did get a little bit of damage on it, but now moving these Zealots just across to make sure that he can try and get some hits on that. And now the Zealots are taking some hits from the Zerglings. Not the greatest idea to let them take free shots from those Zerglings, but now worried about the potential counter-attack here. The Queen does come across. Some Zerglings are going to try and run around the back of the Zealots before they get into the mineral line, but they are protected now that they are inside the line, and that actually means that the Zerglings will actually have a lot less surface area on those Zealots to attack with. But Destiny, of course, with the high count of those Zerglings, does get inside, snipes out all 3 of those Zealots, and that is going to be the end of that pressure for the time being. But Destiny is going to be powering up that economy, as we said here, currently sitting on 45 drones. He does have a Queen at every single base, as we can see here, and he will be able to just absolutely start ripping apart with those with that economy once it gets into full shape. And 35 probes for the moment for Balloon, so he's got to really get into gear and either do some sort of pressure here, perhaps with a 5 or 6 gate attack. And as we can see, here it is. He is going to hit up some sort of attack timing. It does look as if we've only got the 5 gates for the moment. There is a robotic facility and a Twilight Council, so he may want to get Blink and then perhaps some observers to send out to take care of burrowed roaches and that sort of threat that can be out on the map by this time. But not really too sure what the plan is just yet. A Stargate also on the way, so those sorts of things are going to be with us shortly here, and we'll see what the plan is from Balloon, and we'll see if Destiny has some way to counteract. Hello, look at this. We actually have a warp prism, the old paper plane, as I like to call them. We'll see if that can actually render itself useful for once. We generally don't actually see them being too useful in many games, especially against Zerg, because of course once mutas are out on the map, there is no hope for a warp prism, even with speed. And of course, with the Queens at each base, that can actually stop the warp prisms quite quickly, because the warp prisms die when you shout something at them. That's how fragile they are. But roach speed is on the way. Some creepers started to spread itself around the map, as we can see. Destiny doing a good job starting that up, and Overseer here as well, just to make sure that the DTs cannot get inside, just in case Balloon was going down that path. But for the moment, of course, we do know that he is not going to be doing that particular route, but there is a Void Ray on the way, so this could get interesting. We've switched it up now to 7 gates. We've got the one down here at the natural, plus these 6 that are inside the base, and an Overseer is going to be spotting what's happening here. He does get through, sees that the Void Ray comes out. There is one little changeling there, but that gets taken down by Balloon Stalker. He takes it out quite quickly there. And now the Void Ray takes care of that menacing Overseer sitting in the base, but he's definitely seen what he needs to see. And not to mention, have a look at this map vision from Destiny. He's got vision just all over the place. That potential 3rd base there for Balloon, along with the Zelnaga watchtowers, and now he will spot that Void Ray is coming through. But just look at what he gained there. Can see all of these gateways that are building here, saw that the Robo was spinning, saw all sorts of things, and here comes the attack from Balloon, dropping in 3 sentries, and now going to warp in some more Stalkers as well. This could be a very interesting tactic here. There is nothing inside the main apart from 1 Queen and a couple of Creep Tumors, but Creep Tumors can't do much, and here they come. He is actually going to block off the ramp, I think. There it is. Now what he's going to do, I'm assuming, I'm not actually sure, I haven't seen too many people do this, but he is going to get, just keep all of the Zerg units outside here while he decimates as much as he can inside the main, not to mention warp in some of these units as well. And here they come, and now the wall is still up for the moment here. There is a slight leak there. The roaches may get inside, but they're being blocked off by themselves. There are a lot of Stalkers here, and damage is going to be done all over the place. Queen's going down, some Zerglings are inside, and here we go. Tunneling Claws will be done in a moment, and Burrow is done, so Destiny will be able to burrow under that force field and at least bring the roaches into battle. Here they come. They do burrow inside. A lot of roaches there, but he's got to be careful. There is Blink on these Stalkers. If Balloon's quite apt with his micro, he should be able to keep everything alive for the moment and keep the wall up to keep the Lings out. If those Lings get inside, it will be game over for Balloon from this point, but it looks as if he's warping in more units, more sentries, and Stalkers coming inside. The Roach Warren going down. Some Brute-Lings, sorry, coming out to play, but they do not get too far. And now Destiny is in quite a troubling position. He may lose that lair inside the main. All of these units are having a party out the front, but the bouncers, which are the sentries, have said no. you are not of legal age, and these guys are not going to get through, but the roaches are trying to get through, burrowing underneath. There is an observer here. It's sitting right there on top of the force field. You may not be able to see it, but there it is, and these roaches are not going to get anywhere at all. Do not be surprised to see some force fields perhaps at the back to trap all of those units in, and then we will probably see Destiny fall because of this just awesome attack. And there is the G, the G from Destiny leaving the game after just having no way to counteract that particular style of attack on his base. Interestingly, wasn't really much done here. He didn't actually come in here and kill any of the drones, just focused on sitting out here attacking all of these the actual military units of Destiny. And what that means, of course, is for a Zerg that if once those units are gone, you either have to rebuild them and sacrifice a lot of drone production, or you can build drones and then not be able to defend yourself. So it's quite an interesting situation there for Destiny, but unfortunately wasn't able to handle it, and he does go down here to Balloon. So great play there by Balloon. Very fun little tactic there. May have to give that one a shot myself, and we'll see how that goes. But if you do something like that and you give it a go and it works well or doesn't work well and it's a giant fail, let me know and we can have a look and see if there's any other way to help out. But I hope you guys like that one. Cheers.